if you're not familiar with Mr. Beast and essentially the scrutiny that he's been under fire recently, I tried to help him with the whole legal liabilities with his Hunger Games style content, but I can't help him when he's being a grifter. So let's go to the screen. Now, Mr. Beast has a full-on investigation dossier against him, and this is not looking good. So the Mr. Beast investigation. Now, this is put together by many people. I have no part in this. I am simply reading it. The link will be down in the description. Now, if you're not familiar with Mr. Beast, I don't know what to tell you. I made a video essentially talking about how much money he's making. Right, he's making $700 million just in this year expected. Right, by his team, 700 million estimate. Right, that's crazy numbers when you're putting up. So why would someone, and this is why I don't understand, why would someone who's in his position, his amount of wealth, scam his audience? Right? Why would he purposefully do market manipulation of insider trading? And this is the crypto days. So this is looking back a few years. But don't forget, this is still rich Mr. Beast, right? This is still rich Mr. Beast. He's still worth millions at this point. He's still giving away hundreds of thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars in each of his videos. So what do you do in that case, right? So thanks to these individuals. Now, a team of researchers are conducting a detailed analysis uncovering connections to over 50 crypto wallets. Now, if you're not familiar with crypto, which I don't understand why you would do something stupid like this, which is try to hide your transactions, which, surprise, surprise, crypto is primarily a public ledger. I don't know why you would think that, you can get over on your audience because of that. This article will investigate Mr. Beast's activity across 50 secret wallets. Now, he's likely just trying to hide them, right? So that's exactly what it is. Now, mapping out the beast. Now, on-chain researchers have tried to map out Mr. Beast's hive of wallet with the first trace, Angel's Trace. Okay, so we have a link. Now, if you're not familiar, it's likely that he publicized his information somewhere. He let it be known that he was purchasing something somewhere, right? An NFT. So therefore, you're essentially able to link multiple wallets together. Where's the money going? NFTs are public, right? As long as you announce them or whatever JPEG you purchased. And now it's this wallet. So this is Mr. Beast's wallet. So we're able to get a bigger picture together. And that's what this team did, right? Shout out to them. Arkham's Trace. So this is another one where you're able to just piece all of the separate transactions together, right? Just because you may have a Coinbase account doesn't mean that you are able to hide it to then move it to a Kraken account. Like, we know this because it's a public announcement, right? That you're essentially moving on the ledger. Now, hold on. All right, so whenever you have this kind of information, right, what do you do with it? Well, you publicize it, and someone did that exactly thing. So I'm curious on how he's going to move forward with knowing that some entity could even just, hey, why did you do that, right? Because now you're under the SEC financial tracking issue, right? First principles. Mr. Beast's primary wallet address is, here you go, from which multiple side wallets often branch off from. As noted in this tweet, he publicly revealed his wallets on several occasions, announcing the purchase of a CryptoPunk. CryptoPunks are easily the most stupid transaction that you could have ever made. Complete risk. This one was $100,000 JPEG, which I guess he even confirmed. I bought this one. Okay, so therefore that's his public address, right? Now we know where you're coming up for air, right? This is the wallet that we now can link and track. Moreover, in several projects he associated with such of Superfarm, ERN, Refinable, etc. And that's sent their allocation. Okay, so all of the transactions that he's talking about publicly have gone to the same wallet, NFTs. In a podcast clip, Mr. Beast discusses his acquisition of CryptoPunks and VFriends, which align with his on-chain activity. Now, this is where Logan Paul, right, enter the next individual. Logan Paul comes into play. Now, if you kind of remember, 2020 through 2022 was a very big CryptoPunk moment. Cyberpunk, CryptoPunk, whatever they are, NFTs, the stupid JPEGs you're paying $100,000 for. This is a big moment for them. So a lot of people were purchasing them. A lot of celebrities were purchasing them. You saw them like on Jimmy Fallon's. Like, I bought a CryptoPunk. What is a CryptoPunk? Let's break this down. We are a value-based investors here, right? It's nothing but a liability. There's no asset. No one cares about a digital JPEG, right? Many people could just copy your NFT and remint it on an exchange. So when you have many people of an influence size trading, letting it be known that they're purchasing a certain crypto, it's going to have market manipulation. You as an influencer, you as a content creator of Logan Paul, of Mr. Beast's size, you cannot publicize financial transactions like this, right? It's just going to be market manipulation. The volume's too small. The market's too small for you to even say something like that, right? And they're going to say that we lost money. You didn't lose money. No one's going to lose money whenever you bought in so early and you likely sold, right? Like if you happen to make $20 million on the back end, it is what it is. You can't, be public and say that, woe was me, I lost money too. No, you likely sold, right? And that's what Logan Paul sort of does. Now, in this video, Mr. Beast talks with Logan Paul essentially about market manipulation. That's exactly what they're going to be talking about in this video.
I know you're big into crypto.
Yeah. Crypto's been killing it, man.
Especially for you.
Agreed. I mean, you've been doing pretty well as well.
Yeah. Well, I like the space. I remember you called me maybe like 8 months ago, and you're like, yeah. you go, yeah, just put $1.5 million into Bitcoin. I'm pretty excited about it.
Let's fucking go. Yeah. I'll show you my portfolio after this, but so me and Logan both bought punks. You guys have probably seen on his Twitter that he bought a bunch of crypto punks at the same time, right? When Gary pulled us in that call.
Yep.
So have you ever told that story?
No.
Gary V, it's like fucking 11 p.m. just out of nowhere, just calls me and he's like, yo, I got like 30 people to call, hop in. I'm like, I don't care. He's like, it'll be the best decision of your life. Just get in. Okay. And so I just joined the call. And I just see like,
let's pause this. First things first. He just talked about, hey, I'm calling all of the influencers to purchase a product which they'll likely announce that they purchased, right? It's an NFT. No one cares. There's no value of an NFT, right? Other than speculation. So this is market manipulation at its finest, and this is evidence, right? This is crazy that this is on Impulsive Clips. So it's on the verified Logan Paul channel, which I don't know why he would still have this up. I'm glad that he didn't delete it, right? So now we could talk about it.
Like Logan, and I don't even know these other people. I don't want to put them on blast.
Every heavy hitter you can imagine who's worth $1 billion was on this one call, and Gary V is in the little corner, the little square. He's going, CryptoPunks. It's gonna be huge. It's gonna be the next Facebook. Where all of us were like, okay,
everyone's
Gary.
Judging. I'm texting Logan. And I'm like, Gary lost his mind.
Bro, all of us were like, yo, Gary's nuts. Yo.
Now, if you're not familiar with Gary V, Gary Vaynerchuk, he's a very large marketing and advertisement CEO. He makes his own content, but essentially he runs a near $1 billion ad agency. So he knows marketing, right? He knows what's going to win, what's going to lose when it comes to the public perception of social media. And Gary V reached out to other influencers. Come on, let's put two and two together. He reached out to other influencers who can use their own audiences to speculate up the price, because unfortunately crypto is in this weird limbo with the SEC that they don't have oversight or jurisdiction yet. I'm sure that they could still implement some requirements, lock it up. They could, start taxing super, it's just like one of those things, like it's only a matter of time. But when you have something like this, where you have an audience of, let's just say Mr. Beast's size in 2021 was like 100 million. You have Logan Paul sitting like 30 million. You have KSI sitting at another 20 million. You have all of these influencers. When they buy something speculative, you don't think their audiences are going to migrate to their viewership? Come on. It's just like, they're talking about market manipulation. This is insider trading at its finest.
Yo, Gary was right again.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
We got to keep the story going. So there's like all these like very successful people in this call. And Gary's just like, everyone shut the fuck up. Here's what you're going to do, and you're going to do it right now. You're all going to buy a bunch of CryptoPunks. And we're all just like, he's like, who here owns one? And like one guy raised his hand. It's because Gary bullied him into buying it the day before. And we're all just like, are you sure, Gary? And we're asking questions. And he's like, just buy it. I was just so pulled by his like conviction that I bought a bunch.
Wait.
Yeah, I bought quite a few.
How many?
I don't want to say, but I bought most.
Okay, so he says that he bought a bunch, which we already know that he publicly announced to buying one, right? This is a while ago. So what do you think is expected to happen whenever you have someone the size of 100 million subscribers, 100 million in influence saying I bought this thing, right? Obviously, their audience is going to be attracted to buying other things like it, right? It's no different than insider trading. I bought this stock. You guys need to get into it. You imagine if that same call happened. You got to get into Apple stock now, right? This is a behind the scenes. And let's just imagine this is, some politician, right? It's because essentially these influencers have some of the best reach. That's insider trading, right? I know it's a weird analogy, but whenever you have crypto, an unregulated asset, it has to be taken with a few steps of risk.
Multiple ones. Yeah.
Well, bro, are you double digits, Punks?
Double, just shy.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
cool,
yeah.
cool, cool.
So
Imagine you just said 60.
No.
3 zombies.
I bought like 8 of them, and they did pretty good.
And any zingers? Any like real special
Yeah,
ones?
I had some that like whatever 20, 30x.
What's a?
We bought a lot with like the cigarettes because I thought it was an interesting attribute, and those did pretty well.
What's another character?
Okay, so he talked immediately about how the 20 or 30x, right? I bought this one for 50 ETH, $100,000. So if this were to be like the average, you're talking about $100,000 and what they're now worth millions. I don't get it. I hope you don't get it. I hope you don't invest in NFTs. But it's one of those things. Again, he has the platform, the audience size. He can't do stuff like that. Let's finish this up. It's at 2 minutes.
Characteristic. Like, what's your rarest characteristic, Punk?
Well, I've already sold quite a few of them, so I don't.
What? He's on to the next
expensive.
thing.
I bought a bunch of. So then I rolled the money into VFriends because Gary, same thing, called me. He's like VFriends. I was like.
Now, VFriends is a certain asset that Gary V. It's a NFT that Gary V. created. So this is insider trading. That's market manipulation at its finest, right? CryptoPunks, you could, I don't know, if you're in the comments, let me know. You could have skirted around it. But for VFriends, Gary V's NFT, you can't. That's market manipulation. It's insider trading, right?
I don't fucking know, but last time I made money, sure. So I basically sold them all and moved money into VFriends.
Can I ask you guys a question? When Gary does that call with all these billionaires, and 8 months or a year later, everybody's like, Gary was right again.
Yeah.
Is it possible that he's right because of the call? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, think about that.
That's market manipulation.
Like, dude, he has all these billionaire market makers in the thing. He makes the call, makes the market. By the way, you look around at all the Punk owners a year later, and you're like, damn, it's all the same motherfuckers that were on the call. No, because, bro, there's 10,000 Punks.
It's 10,000 CryptoPunks. He just said he bought 10 of them. You said there were 30 people on the call. Of course, that's how this works. That's marketing. When you own 30% of the market, of course you can value it. Oh my God.
Punks, and there's only like 30 of us on the call. We can only own and do so much. There's still an entire market that's going to happen.
No, that's not how that works. Right? Like, hypothetically, if everyone was the size of Mr. Beast in that call, they still own 240, but they purchased it at one of the hardest times for NFTs that they needed to propel it. That's what's going to happen. Man.
Happen regardless.
I can tell you, I don't think why, because that was all back like early February. Like the things didn't pop off till later, and every like NFT.
They didn't pop off till later. We bought in early. What's happening right now?
Project was popping off, not just Punks.
I mean, make no mistake. Like, having such influential people involved in projects, it can't hurt the ability for the project to
but like,
work. You know what I'm saying?
95% of those people didn't even mention it. You know what I mean? Like, I've never talked about it publicly.
Right. You into like NFTs in general, or any other projects that you're excited about?
I mean, I'm mostly a Bitcoin holder, but just it's fun. I literally just like once a month, I'm like, Gary, what NFT should I buy? And then I just buy what he tells me.
So Gary called me.
I don't get it. You're already rich. Just shut up and live your money. Like, you don't have to. This is the gambling aspect. It's that gambling itch that they just need to be involved in. For some reason, like, just shut up with your riches,
And I'm a collector at heart, which is like why I like the space. Oh, yeah. I like just like
the Pokemon guy's a collector.
Exactly.
Okay, so he said he's a collector. Go buy a car, right? Go buy Michael Jordan's house. Like, go do something. Like, don't, because they all pushed it to their audience.
Exactly, dude. And so Gary called me, and we have these talks. Like, we talk probably every other day at least.
Yeah.
And he called me like a month ago. He's like, Logan, I promise you, like, I know you, you're a smart kid. If you play this right, like I know you can, like you do with Pokemon, the NFT industry, you can make $250 million.
Yeah.
And I go,
how do you not like perk up?
How's this? But he's never wrong, right? So that's where I started.
Yeah.
And then, bro, the other day, I got the idea.
Yeah.
And I want to run it by you. Not now, off the podcast.
This is gonna be the crypto zoo thing. Remember, this was 3 years ago. It's funny how, like, with hindsight, we can look back at these projects and red flag them. But what I want to do with this, the reason why I'm talking about it is because we can talk about projects that are happening today and look at and raise that red flag, right? The same way that Iman Ghazi is trying to push a digital lifestyle, the same way that Andrew Tate is trying to push a crypto giveaway, the same way, all of these different influencers who's essentially pushing the same thing. Nothing's changed, right? The names might have changed, the products might have changed, but the process and the scheme hasn't.
Yes, but I'm pretty sure I had the most revolutionary, monumental piece of IP in my head, and I've been I can't sleep for the past like
Interesting.
2
So like
days.
for making your own version of punk?
No, just a really, really special NFT project.
All right, so that was the whole Logan Paul conversation. Now, again, we're talking about multimillionaires at the process. Now, NFTs, of course, everyone knows where NFTs go, how they're tracked. Yeah, this is the OpenSea platform, which at the time was heavily, it's still used. It's the NFT marketplace, right? So whenever you purchase and sell, you can see where these NFTs are going. And this is the wallets, right? Everyone knows what the wallets are now. Exchange interactions. Now, this is going to be where you come up for air. This is the best term that I can call it, right? Because in crypto, yes, things can be pseudo anonymous, but if you plan on taking your money out, withdrawing your money, moving it, you have to either go to an exchange or deal with someone else, right? You can use something, right? You have to come up for air. So that's the term I'm going to call it. Mr. Beast uses a variety of exchanges. Most that are common are Gemini and Binance. His Binance account alone has seen transfers totaling over $13 million. Now, remember, this is a big platform or a big user that we're talking about. I think that, the crypto whales. The above wallet is funded by his Binance and then sends 200 ETH, worth at the time $630,000 to Mr. Beast's main wallet. So essentially, we're talking big money, right? This wallet interacts, strongly outflows to the Gemini deposit. So literally, and that's how, I love crypto because now we have so many more people who are able to give us analytics like this, right? Straight detailed breakdowns like this. All right, let's see. Hold on, let me squeeze in. Yeah, you see Mr. Beast making his moolah, right? I mean, it is what it is, right? But we need to understand conversations like this. The Gemini deposit, wallet interactions. So essentially all of the wallets that branched off from Gemini, right? I'm not sure what the wallet's amounts of are in transaction, like volume or currently holding. Shown the direct account is 17, another one 373, another one being 215, which is the OpenSea, likely being used to purchase the NFTs, right? Now, there's not just one project that he's doing this with, like VFriends or the NFTs, but he's finding other projects that other influencers are working on, and that's probably what I want to stomp. The hardest part about this is that these are influencers creating either their own project or working with other influencers to make projects to push their projects, right? And when you're talking about someone who's creating the NFT, pushing the NFT, having influence over the NFT, that's insider trading and market manipulation at its finest. It is what it is. We have the full transactions happening on chain to show you either the dates of when everyone's purchasing, like Logan Paul and Mr. Beast talking about, buying VFriends right at the bottom. He's like, we literally bought at the bottom. Like, that's not how that works. That's market manipulation because you're telling people you're buying this. Superverse, formerly Superfarm. Now, the first project on the list, Superfarm, or now called Superverse, was a cryptocurrency token that many promises from making an NFT marketplace to interacting games, creating a game economy. Listen, if you look back at all of the crypto projects, it's crazy that people even believed all of this, right? Web3, I've been in software for, at this point, it feels like over a decade. Web3 is always a heavily used key term that heavily links software with finance, mainly crypto. Web3 is always a crypto project that someone's trying to push, but a lot of developers don't understand it, right? Like a lot of developers don't understand crypto themselves. I'm strictly talking about the financial tying, right? Why people are valuing a NFT CryptoPunk that's made with 600 pixels at $4,000, $10,000, $4 million. Many developers don't understand it, right? So it's still a very Wild West side of development. Superverse was heavily pushed by individuals such as Helio Trades, a YouTube crypto marketer, Shady history of pushing tokens to his fans. That's not just crypto tokens, right? We're not talking about just crypto influencers. This happens with the FinTube finance YouTubers, right? I think ticker symbol U is undergoing it right now, where it's simply, pushed to his fans to later dump. That's literally what's being happened, and I think that's why crypto is one of the hardest ones, because it's a wild west, unregulated by the SEC until it hits a large number. Imagine the amount of pumping and dumping that's happening in crypto at a much smaller level. Alex Becker, who's also pushed super, mentioning in his videos, big influencers such as Mr. Beast, KSI, Laserbeam pushed tokens to their fans, and that's literally foot stomp. Understand? They pushing tokens to their fans. You can't do that when you're an influencer creating an influencer product, right? This is a financial asset. They're pushing it for financial guarantee. On-chain activity shows profit upwards of $10 million from Mr. Beast, KSI, and Laserbeam. Now, why would they do that? They're already rich, and that's the part that I don't understand the most. Let me take my headset off. That's the part I don't understand the most. Super had a pre-sale ICO, which was open to public investors. Each sold for 2 cents. However, upon launch, Super did a 50x increase. Price jump to $1. Now, I don't have to tell you. That's inside, right? It was one of those things. Jumped to $1. Early public investors who bought had a 50x gain. They were suddenly refunded their investment through legal loopholes. All right, I'm one of the pre-sale investors who got refunded after many communications attempts. I was given some rubbish reason on the regardings of, the token was not signed by them, and apparently they did the same for a recent whitelist. So, man, these pre-sale investors who were refunded their money, investors such as Mr. Beast and KSI, reaped the rewards of their investors and dumped tokens onto their followers. So a select few. Let's see. It's really blurry. It's not my screen. That's the product, right? Crypto, Crest Lovely, Jacob Whitman, Laser Bleam, Mr. Beast. So we can do the $100,000. Okay, so they have literally him buying or him discussing the super sale of the super token for $100,000. A leaked screenshot from Elio Trade's stream showed this communication showing Mr. Beast's interest to put up 100K, which is likely towards the super sale. Mr. Beast used his brand and influence tweeting about super sale. Okay, so Elio Trades, there's a gem sitting here in the market witnessing, and super. I don't get it. I don't get it. This is obviously some kid mental stuff, right? Just shut up. This is your financial trade, right? You can publicize your financial trade, but when it comes to other influencing NFT crypto projects, that's where there's an issue. Because if this was a stock, the SEC would have been on them, right? Right? They're trying to get, what was it, Roaring Kitty, who's trading GameStop publicly for insider trading and market manipulation, right? They're able to foot stomp that because it's a stock. And the fact that crypto doesn't have the same kind of rules and regulations when we know that it's clearly financially backed, it just blows my mind. Laserbeam responded. Mr. Beast replies where Mr. Beast follows. Superfarm DAO went private and moved to Superverse. So Superfarm turned Superverse. KSI, who was involved in Mr. Beast's network, involved in marketing Super, later dumped on his followers. So same thing, right? This is Mr. Beast, this is KSI, this is Logan Paul, this is all large influencers. And I think a lot of the times they truly believe that they think that they could use I didn't know, I'm just crazy, I lost a lot of money. No, you don't have that excuse when you're pushing something. This is promotion. 2 NFT coins I'm very bullish on. Any other NFTs I should look at. You don't have that kind of blessing, right? On-chain history. Mr. Beast's wallet received the initial batch of 1 million super. Boom, boom, boom. Mr. Beast profited a total of $7.5 million from his initial $100,000 investment. That's not normal, right? And there's so much to take away that you have to understand that this is clearly a scam happening. They did the receipt. They have the notes. Now, I'm not going to go over a lot of it, but they literally have the moments where people sold, right? This is the visual showing during the time of selling, right? The highest moments followed by, a nice dip. So sent supply. I'm not going to go, I'm going to skim over a lot of points, but I'm not going to go into the nitty gritty. The link will be down in the description though. Eternal Eternity. Eternity. So I'm guessing it was like an ether-based project. That's a weird word to say. Eternity. The Eternity chain launched 2021. Same thing. How much money did he make from it? So to honor, blah blah blah. Mr. Beast, of course, he's right. He's always in the DMs. He's responding, right? It's crazy. Mr. Beast brand used on the Ethern site. So he was a linked partner and investor on the Eternity website. Huh. That makes no sense. Enters Twitter space for earn. Mr. Beast enters a Twitter space with earn. Why? Man. Okay, on-chain history. Summarize. Now, summarize his earn scale. Mr. Beast received a large batch of tokens from the earn pre-sale, then accumulates some more supply. He transfers, returning a combined 1.8 million after 5 months. And then sells his tokens on market, returning him 2.9. This is a lot of money, right? And with your influence, this is clearly insider trading, market manipulation at its finest. Mr. Beast transfers the money worth 1 million at the time, and his wallet sells, profiting 1 mil. Another one returning 2.9 mil. After subtracting Mr. Beast's buys at the beginning, Mr. Beast across all 3 wallets made a net profit of it for $4.6 million. They got the receipts on you, boy. Man. AOAZ network is another one. Okay, let's just go straight to the bottom for the on-chain. Again, y'all can check out the on-chain activity. Insider trading. Let's see. ShopX is another one. Yep, another followed by Mr. Beast on-chain activity. Man, they got you. Whatever project it is, they got you. Profiting $500,000. Total net return of $484,000. ShopX is now currently down 99.85%. Man. XCAD is another one. This is the Save the Kids crypto. Is that the one? XCAD is another with a shady background. His owner, the JMX, the previous owner was implicated in the Save the Kids scam. Listen, if there's smoke, there's fire, right? Don't involve yourself with. If there was a founder who were to say, what's it, Jordan Belford, Wolf of Wall Street, if he were to go off and make another investment firm, I'm not investing in that, right? It just is what it is. Proud to announce KSI and Mr. V's have invested in XCAD. Yeah, no, not me. King XCAD to the moon. Yeah, this is just other. This is the sidemen for KSI. So essentially, KSI pushing that he purchased XCAD. What should we buy next, right? On-chain activity. Another one, man. So it's not just one crypto, right? It'd be okay. Hey, I did this once. No, you did this multiple times. They have multiple projects on you. They've linked your wallets. Profit. And I believe the in total amount of profit that they're trying to tie to his overall, shady secret 50 wallets is around $20 million, or somewhere between $10 to $20 million, which they got the receipts to show. If Mr. Beast is willing to come out and say like, no, I didn't purposely push these, my influence to buy off these projects, then so be it. But it's not looking good for him. Because at the end of the day, if Mr. Beast is an investor, Mr. Beast is using his influence. Mr. Beast didn't disclose that influence. Mr. Beast didn't disclose that he was an early investor in it. Then at the end of the day, you're just pushing a side project, right? Meta Wars is another project. Mr. Beast joins Meta Wars, a stellar army of backers, invested Meta. That's crazy. Man, I'm guessing the only reason that he did this is to use his name and likeness to get the money, but at the expense of what? I'm guessing it's his audience. Network, you'll notice a familiar face reappearing through these documents in different projects. We've identified multiple people who have seemed to appear consistently through Mr. Beast's currency on-chain history. Alex Becker appeared a few times. Now, Alex Becker is another crypto influencer to be seen at parties with Mr. Beast. This is Alex Becker and Mr. Beast together. I don't know what they're looking at. Some show, whatever. KSI's history with Mr. Beast is detailed throughout this document, so we won't go into detail again, but they all had a group of they had an influencer group. This is what happened at the end of the day. there's a group of influencers that have a large amount of following, a large amount of influence, a large amount of money already, which is a reason why they did this for some stupid reason. And they did market manipulation at its finest, right? One person I feel like they didn't talk about would have been Gary Vee, right? I feel like Gary Vee's project, V Friends, needs to be looked at because he has an advertisement marketing influence. And if he's using other influencers to push that without truly disclosing that his intent is to clearly, make money off of that. So advice from Mr. Beast by us: stop using MetaMask swaps. They charge zero. Okay, so they're giving him tips now to essentially hide what he's doing. Like if you're gonna disclose this to your audience, do this. But at the end of the day, I wanted to talk about this. I tried to cover for Mr. Beast, with his legal issues, but there's no solving this, right? If you're going to scam your audience, you're clearly going down, because where there's smoke, there's fire. And something like this, if you're saying that I no longer do that, I can't do that, they got you, right? They got you. The FBI got you. So at the end of the day, if you like this kind of content, the link for this entire dossier is going to be down in the description. If you like other finance topics, breakdowns, subscribe to the channel. Peace.